Okay, so this is what we're gonna do today. I have to kind of offer an explanation as to what exactly gives us the ability to be transcendental. Now, it's no ability really because it's transcendental. It can be drawn from whatever we wanted to draw it from something that was diminishing everything. That's where our transcendentalism is coming from. So what I was saying about that was this. This is how I feel as if you needed to learn how to correctly define what it is. It's basically saying that me as I who I am also this paper bag right here. You understand? So for the most part you have to understand that people believe that they will be this because it's that somebody had control over the whole universe no matter what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So, what I was going to say was that all it really took was for us to understand that just as much as we are who we is, another being or thing can be looked at as the same as who we are. And the reason why I say that is because we develop really the mass at some point that it is equivalent, or your size of your body is at least a paper bag weight. And so that's what I was saying, that for the most part, it might be a billion paper bags out there. I'm still gonna be every paper bag because you have to understand that for the most part, even if it was that I needed to just identify as that, I don't have to experience shit for these people to really see me as a paper bag. So I just had to really kind of speak about that because I want to speak about how these Hindus believe that the sun is their eye. The sun is their God's eye. So for the most part, this is what I wanted to tell people because I always have to tell people about this. But for the most part, for the sun to be God's eye, you have to understand that we lived in that place before. And so what we're going to say about that is this, that ultimately we were dumb in the beginning. We couldn't realize that we were not able to really do all the things that we assumed. So sometimes when it's that somebody wants to do something in their life that's a little bit ridiculous, they treat them really like that because they know that, okay, well, you know what, the last time we ended up exploding, just the whole planet exploded. So for what we have to see that for is to say this, we would all are transcendentalists, girl. So for us to really escape that reality and come to this reality, you need to give yourself a pat on the back because you did a marvelous job. And so sometimes we have to understand, don't think of you too differently from I, because at some point it's going to be that I identify with this earth and y'all identify with that sun, basically, because you want to disagree. No, it's okay to disagree because some transcendentalists is going to say that's beneficial for me. See if you disagree. Because regardless, it's going to start to show how these people would matter, is starting to, branch off to the other elements, other sides of things. So what I'm speaking about this for is to say that for the most part, I wouldn't look at nobody white as if they was better than me. I'm the same equal as who they is. And that, for the most part, you know a lot about who you are. So for somebody to tell you something that they don't know really about you, then you already know that, okay, you don't like applesauce, girl. So you understand what I'm saying? It's people out there you gotta call out and let them know. I love applesauce because it helps you take a shit, basically. And so that's what I was saying, that for the most part, this is what transcendentalists will act like. Sometimes a lot of people consider the life to be something where they gotta take the process out to do it. They already came here to do their work sometimes, y'all. You understand what I'm saying? That it's somebody that works faster than us, that's within us. And then sometimes you just have to really use your mind to say that you could be in jail in prison, but it's somebody that's cute in prison, and you're gonna be like, oh no, I can't really live my life. Yes, the fuck you can, girl. Because people come in and live their life through us a little bit. But what I was gonna say about that was this: you gotta really believe that your asshole is clean. If you don't believe in that, then it won't be clean for you. And so you be dwelling in on those images that be like, okay, they believe this still. They believe this still. It's okay for you to believe in that still, but try to move on from what you believe in. Because some of the things that are unbelievable are happening today. because it's able to really kind of gather that momentum needed. The transcendentalism gathers momentum to curve all of these bitches because it's like you gotta understand if you wanna see something, you gotta do something about it. You don't have to do too much to see a change. And so what I was saying about that was that the ID Krishna 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 chant. You know, if you would say that 460 times, you will have 460 lives to live. So that's what I'm saying. That for the most part, that got rid of me having to do that animal shit because I was like, girl, you thought that we was gonna have to experience that, and we don't experience this shit right now. You understand what I'm saying? That it's not nothing where we have to experience that. And so, if you a smart person, some people are not smart like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because you gotta learn how to lose your senses and come right back. So sometimes that's what happened to me really when I committed suicide was that I lost my motherfucking senses, girl. I could not smell, I could not see, I could not taste, I could not hear nothing when I committed suicide. But I got right back up because I knew that the word of God, girl, it will help you really. And so sometimes it's correlated to other objects really and other understandings that's gonna allow you to gather something that's matter basically for you. So you can just remember your religion, but your religion got to do with this Quran book and it got to do with this Bible. You understand what I'm saying? Religion is more than just about what you think. It's about what everybody else think. But if they just think so one-sided, their credibility is lost. Because you gotta be like, okay, it's 1,000 ways to define God, and people can only say, do not steal, do not kill, do not. You understand? You gotta act like God completely to be a good person. So it's difficult, but you know what? This is what I would tell niggas. That it was that everybody in the dinner time yesterday ate dinner. And so for the most part, if I was to spend around 5,000 times, that's 5,000 dinners different for these people. If you make a difference, really that's what gives you a life that's different. And if you don't want to make the difference, then you won't agree with certain things. You'll be like, I'm not really into stuff like that. I would be like, at least try, girl, because you never know where God might give you credit. I might give you credit for not washing your asshole out because you understand what I'm saying? Because we transcendentalists, and so that's what I'm saying, that you gotta get over those old ways of thinking, especially if you're a dead person already. What you still sitting up there believing in that life for? You understand what I'm saying? And this is another thing. It's going a little bit off, but you know, transcendentalists. But what I was gonna say was this: that some people will be like, um, I kind of criticize the human body really because I'm like, we need to look more like the sun. So what I was saying about that was this: that sometimes even the humanity that we have here criticize themselves because they don't really like certain parts about themselves. So I'm like, the blood, that's just ink, girl. We octopus people. And so that's what I was saying, that for the most part, you have to understand two things about me. That was just something to throw out there because I'm a transcendentalist. We never would have gotten into this area of life if it wasn't really for nonsense sometimes. So what else I was gonna say? Oh, okay, these people they don't like really shit like that. Well, if you don't like it, then don't be around it. You don't have to be around it. Be a transcendentalist, girl. And so that's what I was saying. That for the most part, even if you felt like ultimately we all look like the same person to these people. And so where am I getting at with this? Okay, yep, your P the same as mine. And something was telling me pay attention to life because you know that somebody could just be setting you up to think that way. Like, you know that they got all of this shit, but where did this shit come from? You get what I'm saying? Is they getting it back out? That's what I was thinking about earlier because I was like, something crazy, y'all. Because that's one thing I thought about. It's all of this stuff here, like blood, for example. Like, you got all of that blood in your body, but it's like, okay, well, right now, what is it to witness? So sometimes I kind of feel like it is important really to seek certain things out for yourself because it's kind of like, if you don't, then who will? So it's kind of like sometimes it's not really nobody else that really has control over what it is that you think. But if you just limit yourself, you're gonna limit yourself out of all of these people because you gotta understand some people came to the understanding that okay, it's okay to be like this because it's gonna help your asshole feel better. You understand what I'm saying? So I was just playing really when I said that, but you know transcendentalism. So what I was saying about that was this that a lot of what people go through in life, I feel like that it ends up being that when you commit suicide, girl, that you save your motherfucking life because it's kind of like that's an area of your life you never would have talked to who at all. And so let's say for instance it's a flood or something, right? A horrible disaster, Hurricane Matthew, Hurricane Judas, and all of these hurricanes, they came back as hurricanes, girl. They didn't come back as no motherfucking people. And so that's what I was saying because you gotta understand they work for us, transcendentalists. Because you gotta understand how to be the transcendentalist. For this person, that's why it was important for them to bring in Jesus Christ. And some people scared to live his life. I'm like, why not, girl? You still gotta go live his life. No matter what, because I'm considering these people angels. You understand what I'm saying? So for the most part, a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from with all of this. But if they don't understand, that's good for me because it's a transcendentalist. And so I'm a little bit kind of bothering my neighbors probably right now, but um, for the most part, it's about being really the edges of the universe for these people. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's all that we really needed from somebody to say that, you know what, the person is finally here to talk to us, to speak to us, because they wonder really what it is, how it is as a person. But don't worry about just as a person for forever, girl, because I'm not gonna always have that to rely on. But being who I am primarily, I get to live in this world all of the days of my life and it be okay because that's who I am. That's what I am. You understand what I'm saying? Locations are still the same thing as people. And so you understand that we come from Earth. So what do they call us? Earth people. Earth is a location. Earth is people, girl. And what do they call the other people? They still people too. You understand what I'm saying? Because I kind of want to say that I look at this life like a graveyard, y'all. Because I was saying that for the most part, if you pay attention to it, it's kind of as if these planets and stuff not able to support life, not able to support life, not able to support life. For who? I'm like, that's for them niggas, but they supporting ours still, no matter what. And so sometimes certain people like to consider the sun really the primary source in the whole, you know what it is of it all. But what if everybody fought for the sun's power? It was like, I'm gonna fight for this shit too. I'm gonna fight for this shit too. Then they will allow it really because you gotta understand that for the most part, they gotta be transcendentalist in one aspect. And so sometimes when the sun is the sun, how much is the sun gonna be that continuous? If it's that it's not allowing for other things to take control over the universe too. You need a light for everything. You walking a dog tomorrow, okay, well we need a sun for that. We need a sun for you kind of wearing some Levi's. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't wear your Levi's, we're not gonna have a sun for that. You understand what I'm saying? So for the most part, even everything that we do, but you understand that the sun is also a big part of like something that's taken away from us too. In the first place, it's taken a lot of things away from us. We don't know what's life like without it. So what I was saying about that, look at the Bible. The Bible is something else as the sun a little bit because you have to understand we don't understand our lives without it. We're gonna always be influenced by what it is. Never influenced by what is not too much, but understand what might be helping you. Something that's not here. And so sometimes you gotta understand this. This is why it's okay to use drugs. Because it don't have to be here all the time. But it not being here all the time, it's kind of able to get rid of what it is that you need to take care of a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? That for the most part, it's kind of like you need to be able to travel all throughout the universe for these people to understand who you is. So what I was saying about that, I was like, just smoke a cigarette or something because if you contaminate the atmosphere as a transcendentalist, you look like a good person. And so that we got a part of us that's like, okay, I was once a part of this, now I'm up here, and I'm a part of this as well. And it don't have to be a self of what this is. It can be a self with none of this. That's what I need people to understand too, because God is going to talk to us like this. He's going to be like, okay, well, you know what? You shouldn't have been that kind of person. Shouldn't have been that kind of person. Because He's going to say that he can start to disintegrate. His opacity levels can decrease. And that he's still in these very rooms with me today, girl, descending really in his color. So that's what's important because he can be anywhere he want to be. He not just bonded to this body, and that's what I don't like about this body is that they want to say that we gotta be inside of this. You think that I'm gonna stick with that forever? I'm like, no. But for some reason, they got this tagged onto us for us to see this person. A lot of people probably see me as a different person, and that for the most part, I just remember this person in the mirror as to who I was. You understand? So my life has been ruined basically. By who? We really want to say that it's a transcendentalist that was able to operate in a way that killed us both at the same time. And so with different reasons. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see if it's recording still. Okay, yep, it's recording still. But for the most part, I wanted to say that you needed to add 7 pounds. Have you ever seen 7 pounds before? And so it was kind of like he was like, I'm gonna kill myself so this girl can have a heart, basically. So I really don't really care too much about stuff like this. You get me? So I'm really doing this out of the kindness of my heart, and I don't care about it. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you gotta be like that still. As a transcendentalist, don't worry about what the fuck a female is. And I'm not talking about transgender stuff like that. You know, that comes along with a problem itself for them to deal with. But this is why I said God was good for being a transcendentalist. Because my life really is a life where it's like, to see myself go like that, I would have been embarrassed out of my asshole to walk around like that still. But it seemed like it's okay for me to still live my primary life as a gay boy because some people just gonna understand that, oh, that's not right for nobody because it's hard as hell to really try to be like, I'm a accomplished looking like Tyra Banks, really. You understand what I'm saying? I like Tyra Banks because I think that she is a real beautiful lady and that she know how to carry herself well. So I want to say sometimes you gotta yield over if you're a transcendentalist. You understand? So yielding over to the pedestrians. So with that being said, you gotta yield over to these people that's occupying who you is. They gotta walk over you. You understand what I'm saying? Really, because that's the new move. Just give other people that role that you wanna play. Like you get me? Because if you wanna keep playing that, why not let somebody else play that role for you? So that you can just be like, okay, I'm a transcendental. Better look for you because you understand what I'm saying? That sometimes I need people to be here and I need people to be in England at the same time. So some people will be like, that's not no way possible. But you know what? With the way that the sun is, if they visualize the sun, we visualize the sun too. So that's what makes it the same as everything as well. Because if you just look at things outside of what this is, you will see that the same things that are foreign to us are what's giving us our life. The difference is what gives you a foundation for your life. the black and the white. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes what I do is this: I put a light relief on this on my camera so that when I look at the camera, it's like you see this blinking right now. You can see it. But what I'm saying about this blinking is that ultimately you gotta understand these lights is pairing together to be infinite, and as long as it is that I can see what it is that I'm recording, the lights gonna always be like that. And these are my friends, these are my people really, because they know how to become people and they know how to become lights. And so look at the people in the first place. These people are a little bit beautiful, but this is why I must say that they're beautiful. And you're only a beautiful person to me when the sun is out, girl. And some people don't know, but the moon is very significant to us too because that also lets me know if you're a beautiful person. And I bet you the moon was out tonight, girl. And you want to know how I really know this? Because I started to pair things together like, okay, when you slamming dope, Chris, that's when the moon is going to come out, really. Because that's when the moon going to come out. And the moon is not going to be a full moon if you're going to be a person like that. Where you hiding from it. You'll never see the moon, really. So it might not really be out. I gotta go check my lights to see, like, but it's gonna be right there as a satellite for me because we just people that escaped from prison. So they want to understand how is he doing? What is he doing? Is he acting crazy? If it's on, they want me to be out there. If it's off, they don't want me to be out there right now. But when I come out there, girl, I bet you it's out. And that I haven't been outside for me to tell you. I can't look out of my window to let you know, but I know how to mimic another light. So I'm like, for the most part, those act as transcendentalists too. Because for the most part, it's not here right now, but it will be here later. So for it not to be here right now is letting us know, I got the power, girl. You don't got no power like that. I do. And so what I was saying about that was this. It's up to you if you want to identify as us. I don't care. But sometimes you gotta understand it will be courteous for people to really kind of do stuff because what if you carrying a name further than what my name is? Where my family's come from, you understand what I'm saying? Because we are part Japanese as well. I don't know too many black people that are part Japanese, but this is why I'm gonna say that. You know that they invented the railroads. So God had to be somebody that was transcendental and that was also Japanese because you have to understand that it was God who created everything. Without him, nothing was created. So don't look at just the beginning and be like, okay, that's what he did. And he's still creating shit today, girl. And that for the most part, they coming out with a new Ford Focus next year. Who you think creating that? So tell these niggas that it's okay and that they don't have to be quiet. Because you can still be a transcendentalist and be meek and loud as hell and still be considered somebody that's humble. And so sometimes this is why I be like this because the more that I'm like this, the person that's primarily here quiet is not here no more, girl. So it's like he can still become who he wanna be. If I was just to decide to shut my mouth at some point. So if this video got too long, okay, that's what I wanted to talk about. But mirrors is something else that lets you know really what you can be.